determined by each kind of different groups or different kinds and so on. Is that right?
Partly, yeah. I think we're just trying to explore what affects the diffusion of different currencies and what patterns we can see. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get a quick question.
Yeah, sure.
Did you look at how sort of oppositional or complementary the different systems are, so whether the different currency systems are trying to be alternative or change, or whether they were just trying to be supportive?
Yeah, we did try and this is where the kind of quantifying it's quite difficult. We did try and look at that, but we couldn't find any. I mean, it's a small sample as well, really, so we didn't find kind of many reportable patterns in that way. I think you're probably right that instinctively you would think that would make a difference. I think it probably ties a little bit to the policy thing, so those which are more oppositional are less likely to engage or even be against policy.
Support.
Yeah. So I think
it was based on the government support, so they're less likely to get the government support.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And I would just add one very short comment to this topic of leadership. I mean, I did some ethnography on Bristol Pound, and obviously it's a local currency, so it's a long-term project. But there, it's the work kind of type of work what the people have to do, and still are doing it. It's really, really kind of slowly kind of getting into Bristol and kind of advocating for Bristol. But it's not like okay, somebody goes there and pressures everyone in the room in one instant. But it's like a marketing strategy. It's really, really slow, and you have to be really kind of strategic in what kind of message you put out. So I thought it would be worthwhile to do this. I just wanted to ask a question about how do you define niche innovation? Because it's just,
that's a good question. Yeah, I mean, I think the analyst, this is something we debated quite a lot, Jill and I ourselves. I mean, it's down to the analysts to decide the level at which they're applying the niche sort of thing. And there are problems with that, but it's probably not right to now start unpicking everything I've done, but I'm happy to talk about that later, yeah.
What I'm missing at this study and this discussion is the point, once there are small activities dying and are not successful, this is also a huge impact on the networking effect on other small activities, because it's a message.
Yeah.
And the bad message comes much louder than the good message. And this is not mentioned here.
Yeah. Okay.
The network effect is also, once one of those activities are not a success, are dying, all those others in the network are recognizing this. And it changes the activity also, the activity rate of other innovative groups.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, I think. Yeah,
so that's the practical part I really experience, and I'm missing it here.
Yeah, no,
as a point.
Yeah, I mean, one of the issues with researching currencies, it's very hard. The dyingness of them is, the death of currencies is a really hard thing to research, because there's very little data about, even getting good numbers over a period of time is really, really difficult. So I think you've hit on something that's quite interesting. But what I would say is that where you have a strong national network, I think they can potentially, they are always giving out a different message. So that you might have the message that some are dying and that's affecting other people, but they're still giving out a positive message of these things work, this is a good thing, and they're still, rebuilding. What is really interesting is that if you look at a kind of a long-standing niche, there's very few really long-lasting projects. What you almost have is lots and lots of new projects coming and going over, say, 3 or 4 year cycles, and the national network constantly rebuilding those, and that's what keeps it going. Where if you don't have that, say you look at the hours in the state, they never had a national network, and that just kind of went like that, and they pretty much all disappeared. So that, I think, is perhaps something to do with what you're
talking about. The interesting point at the moment is we have lots of experience in Germany with older activities.
Yeah.
But in Greece, it's starting really fresh. And at the moment, we have 44. A study of a student of our side has shown 44 activities. So 44 initiatives at the moment, just coming up, very freshly.
Yeah.
It would be very interesting to compare this on a time frame with the German older ones, and see into the future of 2 to 3 years, how is Greek changing this landscape? How many are dying? Is it influencing all those others, or are separately some of them very, very successful still, even if the message is dead.
That would be interesting. Anyway, I feel we better get on because we're running. Anyway, thanks.